Hi everyone, I thought it would be fun today to do a really simple demonstration of how to colour an Easter egg. I mean, there are lots of different ways of colouring them, but I thought that I would show you one. Now this is a double page spread from Rita Berman's beautiful spring book, and well, I think it's beautiful. It isn't called beautiful. And I thought we would do one of these eggs. I'm going to do this one today. I may do another one as well in another video. I probably will actually, but I thought we would do a really simple one. I'm going to use my pastel tint pencils. Now I've got my swatch chart here. Now if you don't have the pastel tint pencils, you can just use 3 shades of any brand that you wish. But what I have done is I've put together a chart with the very nearest matches I could find between pastel tint and polychromos. Now polychromos aren't pastel colours, there are very few pastel shades, so you have to press really lightly if you want them to look pastel-y. But the idea was that if you have the polychromos and you don't have the pastel tint but you want to colour along, and you want to match the colours as best you can, then the chart will help you. Now there are a few problems with it, like there are really no peaches or anything, peach shades or pinky orange, and I've tried. What I wanted to do was use one pencil and one unique pencil for each colour. So for some of them, for example, this bluebell, it looks quite like the ultramarine, no, the blue mist, sorry, looks like the light ultramarine, the marine, the sky blue, that sort of thing. But that one's also the closest to light ultramarine. Both of them are really close to it, but I couldn't use it for both, so I had to use something else for the other one. So they're not brilliant matches, but the idea was just so that you could confidently colour along knowing that it would work. Now I've put that chart on my Ko-fi page, so you can download it as a PDF. I'll include the link so that you can go and find it if it's something that you want to do. Otherwise, just pick 3 pencils. We might use more than 3, but initially I'm going to use 3 shades that are quite similar to show you how to do it. Now I'm just looking through my selection using my swatch chart and thinking I want 3 that are quite 3 that will work well together. I want a dark, a middle and a light. Now obviously with your pastels they're all fairly light, but this purple here is quite dark, and I'm thinking we might go from there to I'm wondering about those 2, that one and that one. Those are quite good. Oh, sun's just gone in. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to grab the hydrangea, the blue mist, there it is, and the blue daisy. So here they are. They actually look quite blue, the blues, but you can see they're slightly purpley blues, and I think it'll work. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But that's how I'm going to start. So you can pick 3 similar colours. If you are using your polychromos, I haven't got my charts. I've got no idea what I paired them with at the time. But you could use a ultramarine, light ultramarine and sky blue, something like that. Now there is a pattern on this Easter egg. Now I wanted to pick one with a simple pattern on, just to explain to you before I start what I do with the patterns. Now because of the way I want to colour the egg, I don't want to try and colour around all of these little bits. That's going to make it really difficult for me. So I make a choice now. Do I colour the pattern first and then colour over it? Or do I colour it last and colour it on top of what I'm doing? It slightly depends on the pencil. Some pencils can be quite smudgy. So if you colour over the top, you can actually smudge it, and that isn't what I want. I'm actually going to leave it till last because I can't decide what to do with it. So that's just my decision. Now there are different ways that you can approach this. I'm going to just start with my lightest shade, which is the blue daisy, and I'm going to colour it all over with a reasonably even amount of colour. Now don't worry too much because there's going to be lots of layers. So if your first layer of colour isn't looking brilliant, there'll be plenty of opportunities to tidy it up, so it's fine. Now I chose the pastel tints because I sort of associate pastel colours with Easter, and yellows as well, but you know, it doesn't have to be pastel. Right, so that is that done. Just a light layer, nothing too difficult, ignoring the pattern. Now we move to the blue mist. I think this is, I'm worried this is a lighter one. No, it's not. So I want to start layering up the colour, and I want it to be darker all the way around the edge because I want to try and make it look more three-dimensional. And to do that, we need to show that there's some shadow around the edges of the item, and that will help it to look like it's rounded in shape. And I find it's easiest to try and put that lightest area in the middle if you want to try to show that it's a more rounded shape. So now what I'm doing is gently bringing in more colour, but not too much, and trying to leave a lighter area in the centre, like that. Now if you want to be really accurate, you could measure it and find the exact centre and know that was your lightest. And this is freehand drawn, so it's not perfectly accurate, so I'm quite happy with that, but it depends on your confidence level. Now I'm going to grab the hydrangeo colour. This is quite dark, so I'm not going to plaster it on. I'm going to go quite lightly to start with and just put a little on, and you see how it can blend into that blue and work, hopefully. And just gently fade it in as you go. So what I'm doing is I'm layering here, put a few layers there. Oops. Then as I come in, do less and less and less. Okay. Now don't worry too much if you think you're going too far in. It doesn't really matter as long as you leave a lighter area in the middle. We're going to come back in with our other two colours, pencils, later. We'll just keep going round. It's interesting, I looked through a lot of my colouring books for Easter themed pictures, and there were so very few. It's like there are so many for when it's Christmas, and yet Easter really didn't seem to be very many. Hopefully you can start to see that there's a little bit of shape taking place. It's I'm not going to rush the process, so it's going to take a little while, but it's getting there. I'm going back to my blue mist now. I'm actually going to layer over what I've done. It will help to darken it up a little bit and blend it together as well. And it doesn't matter that it's getting darker, that is the idea. So yeah, it was really tricky to find many Eastery things. Maria Trolle had a few. I've done one of hers, actually. It was really pretty. Not as a tutorial, just for myself. But you would have seen that actually in my completed pages already. I started doing Easter pictures quite early. It's quite fun. I think when you're making videos, you have to start because I'm recording in advance, I have to start thinking early about different times. Now this is the point where I'm thinking, is that in the right place? I think it is. It might go a little bit higher. And I'm going to get my lightest one now, and which was the Blue Daisy, and go over everything with this. And what the idea is that it looks like it could even be one pencil, that the colours are, you know, mixing together really well, which is good. It's so sunny today. My son's out at his university that he's got an offer from for a sort of activity day. I think they have to have a lecture about the course really, not a learning lecture, you know, just an intro to the course and what to expect from it, and then they get to go off in little groups and do some sort of activity, which just gets them to know what to expect really. You see, I've made that smaller. Now I'm really thinking that that's beginning to look quite rounded, but what I find really helps is if the very edge is significantly darker than the rest. So I'm grabbing my darkest pencil, which is the hydrangea. I'm giving it an extra sharpen so that it goes, oh excuse me, the phone's ringing. Right, sorry, someone calling from my husband, he's not here. Hydrangea again, so I want to do quite a dark edge. I do want to fade it in, but I just want it, so I'm doing lots of layers here and just putting it in a little bit. And I hope this is going to help it to really look more three-dimensional. Yeah, apparently he was following up an inquiry that my husband had made about solar batteries. We have got solar panels, so I assume it's something to do with that. But I asked him if he could email him. So he isn't here, as I said just now. My son's gone to his university, and of course he's got to get there. So it was easiest for my husband to drive him. And there was a sort of, parents could go and get a free lunch and things, so he's always up for a free lunch. I think most men are, aren't they? Right, let's have a look. So I think that's beginning to take shape now. I'm actually going to go around and do another layer of that. So the aim of this video is really just to get you started thinking about how to make something a little bit more egg-shaped and three-dimensional rather than sort of flat on your page. I'm just going to blend this in around a bit more. So I hope that is helping you, but I will just finish this egg with regards to the patterning. Now let's just brush that off because it's got quite bitty, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm happy with how my egg looks, but we need to do the design. Now I could use a dark pencil, but I don't have in my pastel tints. Oops, that's my ring on the desk. In my pastel tints I don't have a darker pencil, so I thought I could do it white as if it's sort of painted on, and I think that might look quite fun. So I was gonna I'm gonna grab my Jelly Roll 10 and just sort of paint on this little design. It's a brand new pen, it doesn't want to get going. There we go. So I'm going to try my hardest to cover all of the black lines on the design, or else it won't look painted. It's going to be quite tricky, it doesn't want to run. What happens is the end of the pen, the nib, can take up some of the pencil colour and then it doesn't look so bright. But the white won't look really bright on here because it's so pale. In places it will just look like I've erased it rather than it being painted on in white. See what I mean when we get towards the centre. I ought to do this side first, or else I'm going to end up smudging it, aren't I? Oh, that'd be messy. My son was not pleased when the phone just rang. My other son is here, and he's recording he's live streaming, so on YouTube. So to have the phone ring in the middle was not a good thing, and then he had to wait for me to stop my recording, open this door and put the doorstop on it so it didn't bang when I left, and then find the phone which for some reason had been dumped on the sofa. It's usually kept, it's got a charging station, it's usually kept on my desk in its charging station. It's probably not the best thing for the battery to keep it on the charger all the time, but when my mum rings me, she talks for an hour, so if it's not fully charged, get in trouble. Now the outside of the egg could also be whited out if you wish. I'm going to decide in a minute when I've finished whether I think it's going to work, but it's entirely up to you, of course, whether you might have felt like you wanted to do this pattern maybe in a really dark purple or even a black or something. You know, there's lots of options available. I'm just showing you one possibility, but as Easter is coming, I thought you might like some little Eastery things to do. I'll probably be sticking with this book because I couldn't find anything small in any other books. There were some big pictures, and also it's a lot of daffodils, and I've done some daffodils for you before, so I thought I would hold off the daffodils. If you want a daffodil, there are at least two. You can search, if you go to my homepage after you finish watching this video, and search in the search bar on my homepage, just click my name under the video here, and I'm just looking. I don't think I want to do the edge. I'm going to leave it like that. As I say, go to my name under the video. There's a little magnifying glass low down on the page, not the one right at the top, and search in there for daffodil and you can find some. But there is my Easter egg, so I'm going to leave that one there for today. I'm going to do a slightly different one and tomorrow probably, it'll probably be on tomorrow's, to show you a slightly different technique and see how that one goes. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Have a really lovely day and happy colouring.